forces are on the move. We are still moving forces over into that area. We've apparently got naval operations going on in the Black Sea now, along with naval aviators are flying off of aircraft carriers that are stationed out there now. So we're now flying sorties in western Ukraine, is my understanding. I mean, this is a very volatile situation, very dangerous to have our planes over Ukraine and the Russian planes over Ukraine. Apparently, the Russians are pretty much staying in the east, but I've heard there's almost a de facto no-fly zone now that we've opened up in the west, even though not officially, the western part of Ukraine. But if we've got our aviators up there, I mean, we obviously don't want to have our aviators and the Russian aviators in the same airspace at the same time. That would be a potentially very volatile scenario. And apparently that's basically what we got going on over there, although Ukraine is a very big country, about the size of, say Texas or so, or maybe California, very, very sizable country. But, things are, I would say, still teetering on the brink. You hate to put it that way, but I mean, this could very easily spin out of control.
Something's going to happen where one side's going to want to blame it on the other side, and it's going to start.
Yeah, some kind, how do a lot of these things start? Some kind of a false flag, some kind of an attack, some kind of a something. Hard to know. I mean, we're not being bashful about arming the Ukraine, which we're doing. We supposedly don't have troops there yet, although we've got a bunch of NATO troops massed right up on the border of Poland. There may have been some troops in that base in Lviv in the western part of Ukraine that was hit by that hypersonic missile. We certainly know there were apparently at least 4 British citizens there, so we just don't know who else was there. Were there NATO troops with other people helping? So it's still a very volatile situation, and we just got to keep our eye on it. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. Certainly, I hope that I am in the majority of our listenership and hoping that we don't wind up in a shooting war with Russia, and certainly not World War III. But, Ukrainian Prime Minister Zelensky has now said that if the negotiations fail between Ukraine and Russia, the peace negotiations, that this will become World War III. He said that. Now, maybe that's just, hot talk from somebody who's right in the middle of a war.
You haven't brought up China yet either.
We haven't even talked about China. I mean, there's so many angles on this story. But thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.